right now we are on a sprint to get all of our clients completely scripted out, like literally writing every single script for all clients out until the end of January, so that we can set ourselves up properly for the holidays, so we're actually able to enjoy and get very far ahead for clients, so that we can get into a cadence of script writing where we're constantly a month plus ahead on scripts for clients. Because in a done for you high touch service like we have, there's like so many different ways that the process can go wrong. And sometimes it's like you learn about, leading indicators and lagging indicators. Like lagging indicator would be like post, we don't have something ready to post, but like the leading indicators, like, okay, are we 3 weeks ahead on the scripts? Because in our space, it's like, okay, you got research and strategy, which is like the preliminary thing. And then you've got scripts to write, send them to client, get the scripts approved. And then once they're approved, client films them, sends them in. Then it's like editing brief, edit, send to client for review. And then we're able to post once it's approved there. So like it's a very high touch point thing. And I got a piece of advice from somebody last year that I'm very happy I didn't take. And I want to share that because we're finally starting to dial in the done for you process to a level that I'm starting to be proud of. I mean, I have very high standards for the level of service that we put out, and I think it's really important to have that level of standards when it comes to your business. So like when I say it's getting to be something that I'm proud of, I mean like that is like we do really well for clients as it is. I think that bar of what I'm proud of in terms of work will always be increasing. But that being said, August-ish, 2024, I had someone give me a piece of advice who'd been in the business space for a while. And he said, I basically had two options. I was like, yeah, brand structure is getting really hard. We'd only been around for 6 months at the time. And I was like, it's hard. And I was like, there's just so many different moving pieces. I don't know what to do. Like there's so much going on. And I had another opportunity where I could start kind of like a PR company. And basically, and I still have access to this, where it's like you can basically get featured in just about any minor press and publications. Like right now, if I want to run a press campaign for myself, I could get published in 500 different articles tomorrow from my own computer. I could just ChatGPT the articles and put them up on all these websites. So that being said, like press, once I got my eyes open to that, it's just like, okay, like what's it even worth? But I had opportunity to start a company, like a PR company, that would just be very easy, just sell press and publications for, a couple $100 each, and then just write a ChatGPT article and put it up on the internet. This was someone who said like, bro, just do that. You'll be able to make like 95% margins. You'll be able to have a much more scalable business. And I really took some time and thought about it, because it's like, well, there's a lot that goes into running a done for you service. And even if you don't do a good job, there's a lot that goes into it. So doing a good job, it's like there's a lot that goes into it, and you have to be very, very meticulous about it, and you have to be very skilled about it, and you get your team very skilled at it as well. So I thought about it a lot, and I was like, you know what? Like I was 21 at the time, so I was like, I got the time to figure it out, God willing. Like there'll be enough time to figure it out, as long as we just keep trying to figure it out every single day, as opposed to kicking the can down the curb and just doing the same thing over and over again and not improving. So I didn't take the advice, and I look back now a year and some change later, and it's like, okay, yeah, we're starting to figure it out. There's a lot of processes in place, as I've been talking about in some recent videos, lots and lots of lessons learned. So the big takeaway is like choosing the hard path is the right path, as long as you stick with it and improve all the time. It's like, you can't expect to improve at anything if you're not consciously looking back and like seeing, okay, hey, what can we improve? Like, where did we go wrong? What things went wrong? How can we improve that? And I think that level 0 is just like doing the same shit over and over again. Level 1 is like looking at what went wrong in your business or your life or whatever situation didn't go the way that you wanted it to, and fixing that. And then level 2 is like, okay, well, there's other similar case studies of people around me that are in, similar business or a similar relationship or tried a similar fitness goal. Like, where did they go wrong? And learn from that. So today was a really big delivery day. I woke up at 6 and then went out for a run, which actually, that's the one thing about not editing these videos. I don't edit them so I can actually stay consistent with them, because I just take this, airdrop it to my MacBook, and then upload it. In order to stay consistent, because the second there's too much friction, I won't stick with it. And there will come a time where I have somebody who's with me full time and can edit these videos and put them up every day, but that time's not right now. So I always feel like a bit of a whack job saying stuff like this when you just can't really like back it up. But I went on a 10-mile run today, and I broke my Garmin records. So there's one that was only a Garmin record that had a better record at high school, but like I broke my 10K PR, which I got like 41:30, and I was only actually like working, like in a working set for the last like 3.5 miles. And that last 3.5 miles got me my 5K PR as well. I got 18:58 in the 5K on the last 3 miles of a 10-mile workout, which is pretty cool. And then I broke my Garmin mile PR. I got a 5:53 mile was the last one in the 5K. So that was pretty cool. That was in the morning. I did my classic negative split. If anybody runs and you want guaranteed, I'm just kidding. Nothing's guaranteed other than that we die. If you want a really high probability of getting a negative split, listen to a podcast on the first half and then turn on your favorite music on the second half. I like to listen to podcasts at the beginning, try to hit my paces while I'm listening to a podcast, because podcast usually slows me down a bit, and then flick on music and can just fly after that. So I was listening to an agency owner podcast today, and I like to take videos of myself. When I get an idea, I'll just whip out my phone and just like talk to the camera. So I came back from the run, stretched out, ate breakfast, had a coffee while I was writing down and journaling on the ideas that I had on the run, and then we get to sort all of them tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. Tomorrow is like my building a second brain day, which is Sunday, which leads me into the fact that we had a massive delivery day today. There was a lot that I could have pushed to tomorrow. There's a lot I actually still could push to tomorrow. It's 8, I think it's like almost 8:30. Yeah, 8:35 right now. And I still have got a few things on my list. So I'm gonna go knock those out. I just made dinner. By making dinner, I mean just putting it in the microwave. So I'm gonna eat that while handling some tasks, uploading this, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.